Taking a look at what's going on top, Dityara posting up a little bit here. They are wrapping the Chen around south from the river, from behind. From the north comes the Phoenix, the Timber just baiting, and Alliance are about to be caught totally unawares. There's the jump in, EGM, eat the Sunray, meet the Centaur, an easy first blood. Na'Vi, as always, art style, he's on point on the junglers.
Na'Vi playing pretty riskily. A lot of times with the Chen or Enchantress, you'll have essentially
It could just do so much to zone out these 1v1 matchups.
Na'Vi's just moving everyone around Snako to the mid lane, and we see Dityara move down to the bottom lane.
Shackle mid, there's the swoop forward, Icarus dive, and then they're going to chase this one a bit. The Sunray comes out, round 2. S4, will he dodge the power shot? He can't! Dendi pierces his armor and shuts him down. Snako just making plays, as always, in the laning stage for Na'Vi. Kill. And going back to your point about the Slardar here, I guess they're going to try to do it with just aggression. They run onto EGM looking for the crush. He's going to hold it. He recalculates, then he lets it fly. They get off the follow-up stop and the hot Duke in art style. Very good micro here, but he might end up going down anyway to the nukes of EGM. That twin head is awful tanky. General finding that secondary stun, and Mew on the mid lane. Dendi's also gone down. Alliance firing back. Make it 2-3 as they can't run down Loda. Try to do it with just aggression. They run onto EGM looking for the crush. He's going to hold it. He recalculates, then he lets it fly. They get off the follow-up stop and the hot Duke in art style. Very good micro here, but he might end up going down anyway to the nukes of EGM. That twin head is awful tanky. General finding that secondary stun, and Mew on the mid lane. Dendi's also gone down. Alliance firing back.
Just try and get quick picks with Wind Ranger to get that early blink up on Slardar and go for surgical maneuvers around the map as opposed to large-scale battles.
No, art style. He's looking to be very aggressive here top. Roaming through the river. The surgery is perhaps not to the liking of Loda. This is an unwilling patient that he moves after, but EGM probably the easier target. Let's see who they go on. It is Loda. Stop. Oh, he just barely dodges it. So they're going to go back for the easier, lower-hanging fruit of the kill. But art style tries to find himself surrounded by his own creeps, and Loda just runs back in on him. General's crept out of the trees. Not exactly the smoothest gank from Na'Vi, but they do end up getting the twin head in the end. Some additional damage taken there, and Loda will back away, unable to save his buddy. So despite being a very tanky, he may not move. Just going to pop the ultimate, chip on the tower, and it seems Alliance are pretty content with a static laning stage, even towards the tail end of when they normally break down. But Na'Vi, they don't like that. They're even roaming now, the Slardar, looking towards the top rune. They want to fight this out. The Shackle comes through from the low ground. The follow-ups there from Snako with the balanced Ray and S4. He tries to make it out. He's so low, but not good enough. The Firebird wins again. And then you look towards the mid-game, can have a lot of impact, and again it's on the top. The bubble gets dropped, but EGM shackled outside of it, can't follow it up with any sort of damage. He could be in danger here. Art style turning back towards him. The fire, the Hadouken onto EGM. They continue to ramp up the damage. Back up, not in sight. Loda again throws EGM to the horde of Na'Vi, who continue to just descend on this lane. They get another kill. And while this is happening, Timbersaw getting some free farm bottom. It's actually Alliance moving 3 towards mid. They feel like they have to get an objective, Ben.
Right now, it doesn't seem like Brood has a place in this game. She can't lane versus Timbersaw. You can't push versus the Slardar, and you can't defend any of these ganks that Na'Vi are pushing around the map.
Dityara, perhaps a bit too bold here. He comes in, he tries for the tower deny. That won't happen. But again, it's Snako. Back to the party. He's got an egg already. Only 9 minutes in. He'll drop it. Shackle. Oh, a bit off the mark. Could have been a huge setup on 2 heroes. Still Na'Vi are chasing. They really hunt for these kills. They dive deep on Ake. They want that Skywrath Mage. They get him too. And Snako healing Dityara. All the while, however, he will fall as the trade. A 1-for-1. Bit unpolished there. A bit sloppy, but Na'Vi will retreat fairly safely, so it's a Timbersaw for a Skywrath, but Alliance do get the tower mid in the end. And Na'Vi unable to take a tier 1 of their own.
And they're making good use of the DK. They could have picked something like a Queen of Pain. It was still available on the map, but very early with the dual threat of the Broodmother and the Dragon Knight. Bulldog has committed for a hit of minus.
Bulldog, he's definitely not afraid to take this late, even if he is a Brood. He's shown that hero can scale quite well, but EGM, he's a punching bag at this point. Another death for him. Just gets pummeled time after time by Na'Vi, but he is drawing 3-4 TPs or rotations every time he dies, and all the while, we see Broodmother farming the jungle. We do see Loda in the off lane, not farming exceptionally well, but looks like he might be going towards a bigger item, saving up to 1900 gold now. So Do you feel it's enough space created to justify all the deaths?
I don't think so. Soneko's getting out of control. He's level 7.5. I think especially when you can just sack her and in exchange for a Chrono and a Mystic Flare. So I'm pretty worried about Alliance's mid game unless they make a move right now.
The double smoke, both teams moving in. Alliance on the low ground. Na'Vi have the high ground positioning. They don't have the blink yet on the Slardar though. He's about 600 gold short or so, and it's S4 who ends up ambushing Soneko at long last. The Phoenix dies at the start of a fight. That is a whole lot sweeter. Loda being chain stunned, completely controlled for now by Arcel. He does get the time walk off, but he's running for dear life. He has a Chrono, doesn't want to waste it defensively. He will be able to disengage. A close call there, but all the while Bulldog, well, might not lane well against the Timber, but he's been left alone bottom, and he takes full advantage. Grabs the tower, a secondary one for Alliance, who have done a really good job. If you look at the Mineski series, they would often, if they didn't feel like they could take fights, or even if they do, they hedge their bets by taking an objective elsewhere. Alliance feeling very confident as that rune is about to spawn. S4 down in the river. That shackle doesn't end up connecting. Looked like it might, but Dendy couldn't quite find the angle. Still, they burn S4 down. Power shot. He did have a bit of extra regen there. Pops the stick, pops the bottle. Now they want to turn. Soneko overextending again. That's twice now he's got punished. And meanwhile, Chen also roasting as EGM massacres the creep army. Na'Vi firmly on the back foot after this last sequence of events. They might lose a third hero. Arcsight will end up dropping to the rotation of Ake. That's a 3-for-0 exchange. This Bulldog gets active here too. Oh.
He is double Timbersaul's net worth right now. Admiral Bulldog is. So you have the offlaner who's double the other opposing offlaner's net worth. You have the Faceless Void who's pretty close to double Slaughter's net worth. And they really need skills on one of those two cores.
They are trying for the Roshan, but Alliance are having none of it. And now he's fairly low. Bulldog's going to send the army in, see what's going on. They find a Roshan half HP. Do they just try to take it right away? Na'Vi, General's going to jump. He gets the initiation off on Ake. This is the Blink Dagger debut. It nets them an Ake kill. Does Loda want to counterplay? Shackle coming through, won't connect on EGM. Where's that Chrono? It's a pretty good one, but he hangs on top of it. So Alliance don't want to walk in. This is going to completely waste the Chronosphere. Na'Vi now, Roshan half HP. Bulldog beat for sack a bit. They get the F damage on him. A Bulldog kill would be huge. They crush him. They latch onto him. Can they focus him down? Chasing a bit further. He gets off one auto attack. EGM now finds himself on an island. This is Bulldog again retreating. Dendy just fishing, looking for the follow-up action here. Na'Vi finding their customary aggression, waving with an awful lady. There's the tackle from Dendy, and they find the S4 kill, make it 11-7. They're not done just yet. On the Loda they go. Sunray coming through as the time walk does get it off, but they can potentially still chase this. He's still in range for a bit of additional damage. Trying, good job there with the time dilation, but still the Blink Crush comes out. General will get another kill for the team. 12-7 now the score as 4 Alliance heroes, including the Skyrath earlier, hit the deck. A complete coup d'etat from Na'Vi, who will now also, on top of that 3,000 gold swing, they get the Roach as well.
Soneko with a godly Supernova. If he didn't have that Supernova, I think they were in line for a 3-man Macro Pyre and an Ice Path.
Instead, they had nothing.
If they commit to that, they all get wiped by the Supernova.
He was huge in the early laning stage, and he's been really big here into the crucial mid-game moments. On the back of that, going to get a nice tome of experience. He's going to potentially pay with his life. Sunray going for the TP. See you later, Bulldog. I'm out of here. Oh, just toying with the Dong. Sick stuff from Na'Vi. Alliance already getting nervous. They're backing out. There's the quick time walk away, but Dendy, he's hasted, racing after Loda, thinking about a Chrono. He hesitates, fishing for the angle. Dendy, he doesn't get it. No latch for you, sir, but instead, they might get EGM. He's on the run once more. The star-crossed Chick Hero drops, but hey, I guess at this point, it's probably the best kill to be giving up.
Alliance are still farming faster than Na'Vi can kill them, possessing a 3k gold lead, most of it due sort of initiation.
Oh, my babies!
Like
Bulldog, take better care of your...
Blink Stun from Slardar or like a Blink Shackle from Windranger's Mass Force Staff, but they don't have any
There's the Blink, the jump onto S4, there's no save, there's no counterplay. Your tanky mid lane Dragon Knight just gets eviscerated, and Na'Vi surging back into pole position in this one. Now look for the tier 2 mid. EGM can do not but watch, unless he wants to give away death number 8.
It's going to be a slow siege on the T3 if they go for no Scepter up on Dendy.
fallen.
Navi just making all the right calls here, and it began with that Roche fight. Midas up to 1700 gold.
The Bulldog almost got jumped on by General. He went for a Shadow Blade and going back in for round 2.
Round 2 fight. This one's a shackle. Dendy still got the DD. Just chunks him down, pops the BKB, and the ultimate. But Windrun says you can't lifesteal for me. And Dendy gets the last laugh. Again, burning down Bulldog. Finds himself now on a mega kill streak. Rated Ancient Creeps on the back of that Chenags, and they will commence a bit of a siege here. We'll see how aggressively they want to push their advantage now. And again, a deep flank coming in. It's from the Slardar, from behind Alliance. It might be a triple crush if they're not careful. Will General get the jump? Doesn't look like it. The Chrono comes up first. Isolates Diggerot. The egg gets focused down. Alliance executing much better this time. General a bit late to the party there, not able to help his team. And Diggerot on his own, but Dendy still finding counter kills. They brought down the Void. Bulldog has to turn tail and run as the BKB is ended. Dendy continues to lay into it. Will blink down. A 2-for-1 there, but EGM, oh, again and again. This poor Jakiro. Left of the Chen Creeps is being saved a bit by the team. He may actually live through a fight. Hooah for EGM, he makes it out. Artstyle now trying to retreat the creep army out, it looks like, and send home some teammates. He will get Dendy out of there safely. Now he finds himself on an island, gets slowed down, nuked down, and brought down. That is not the ideal fight for Na'Vi. They give up 3 kills in Alliance. They just didn't get the Slardar initiation they were looking for.
Nope. And Timbersol, I think he changed everything in that fight. He has a hood, he popped in right before the Mystic Flare.
Oh, okay, the quick draw on General. He's just pressing. Bit frustrated perhaps with the way that fight went. Felt like he had to make a play for the team and ends up giving them another kill.
Yep. They do have a lot of farm though, Chen especially, I think with the Aghanim Scepter.
So obviously he feels like he needs to contribute more now. But
I think
you're trading off some of your mid and late.
They traded him for the Chenzags. So I think the Chenzags is much safer in team fights. Those creeps are very unlikely to die and provides persistent help throughout all the team fights. And they can split push out the lanes. I still would like to see Phoenix scale in case the game goes late. Picking up the Scepter to save someone from a Chronosphere, Mystic Flare combo, even something as simple as a Dragon Tail.
All right, Alliance, they know this rush is happening. They've got a couple of Spiderites in the pit, but they're too late. And General does see Loda, gets the crunch, finds the amp. Dendy's there as well with the shackle. Na'Vi quick to strike. They draw first blood of this engagement, and now they move back towards Ake, but Seneko very low. He gets duped uphill by Artstyle. Ake gonna fall too. They keep Seneko and fighting tape in General. This is what I'm talking about with Na'Vi. They hunt for the backliners. They want those extra kills. They're on a power play. There's the shackle and the crush combo. S4 just completely controlled by Artstyle. Now will end up going down, and General hunting for the 4th kill. EGM all the way back to the base. He's dodged that 8th death for a while, Ben, but still a costly turn of events. Alliance very late to the Roche pit, despite having the vision inside.
Still a very slow siege without Scepter, and he went for a very unusual build. Scepter.
They do get a nice path on Dendy, but he continues to prod, and Sunray there to heal him up. Will also slowly work on this creep army. Ra coming in, General. Oh, he finds that first amp. Just giving them the vision up the hill that they need to threaten Alliance a bit more. Loda was split pushing top lane, but he's come home.
Sentries? They needed the ward, this high ground observer ward. Okay, there it goes.
Still Na'Vi. About half damage done to this tower. The Fire Dragon working on the creep wave. Will bring down Ancient Black Dragon. Up in front. Very tanky. They'll heal up Dendy. They still have 2 Ancient Creeps here. Alliance just very reluctant to fight head on into this, but there's no split push. There's no flank. There's only slight creep pressure top. There's nothing to draw Na'Vi back for at least a couple of minutes until this Aegis expires.
Their damage is really slow without Focus Fire.
And Dendy does not want to waste it on the tower without the egg, so he just pokes. He gets caught again by an Ice Path. Again the Breathe Fire. Again the Dragon battle rages. But one man's a man, and one of the other's the Dragon. Loaded there, does get the good Chrono though. Off of Diggerot, he'll go down quickly and gets dropped into the middle of Alliance. Can they burst it? They will. Alliance holding the high ground. Turning on the Na'Vi. General down. Artstyle as well. They spring the trap. They only got a one-man Chrono, but that was all they needed.
Oh, that egg is really useless versus double BKB from Alliance. Stacks.
Oh, this could be huge. It's going to be a very quick Roshan respawn, and Slardar ends up getting caught out. General, oh boy, Gem down. S4 pops a celebratory BKB at the tail end of that.
You don't expect the Slardar to be alone like that with the Gem. So that's why he pops his BKB, and that's not a good time. Na'Vi not really playing that tight around the Roshan respawn.
And no buyback.
Yeah, 9:15 post.
It looks to be Alliance's first and just a straight up free Roshan. of the game. But they are a bit slow as far as this goes until Bulldog comes in, so they are going to congregate here in the pit, but Na'Vi showing signs that they might want to take a fight. This is where the A can be devastating, even if you have BKBs, if they can't get to it. Gem just marking Alliance's territory here down in the pit, letting Na'Vi know that this area is under their control, but Seneko is zoning them back with the Fire Spear to find time for the Slaughter to respawn as they barely clip art style here. They commit onto him. Loda spending a lot of time working on a very tanky support gen, but Dendi's the real grab, and that's the one that S4 catches out. BKBs aplenty have been popped by Alliance, but it's gotten them 2 critical kills around the pit, and they come back in. No buyback on Dendi. They won't have their prize Wind Ranger, but who needs her when you've got Sunray? General onto Ake, does get off the crush, but Seneko, the bigger prize, brought down by the chain stun of Loda together with S4. They work on De'Ira. He is getting some stacks out. He chains, but he ends up just getting set back, and he chains back into the fight. De'Ira all over the place with this one. But Alliance, more importantly, they're hitting Roche, and Roche can't move, can't be sent home, can't go anywhere.
And the Blink Dragon making a huge difference in that fight. First picking out the Slardar and then picking up the Wind Ranger before she is able to get her BKB off. And Alliance, now they have a huge threat in the DK. They don't need the Void to set up for fights.
Oh, they might get the Chen army here as well. They have the level 3 Dragon Knight ultimate. Alliance coming into their own. As we hit the 37-minute mark, it's been a sequence of very costly deaths, and now big items piling in on the tail end of it. They have an MKB up to deal with the Windrunner. She can't just pop Windrun when Bulldog. Be Navi's turn to whip up a miracle here in the base defense, as they will lose the tier 2 mid. The bottom lane slowly pushing against Alliance, but I don't think it's moving at a rate sufficient to force them back, and we do see Alliance hold ground, continue to pressure. They let the Frost Dragon out. There comes an early, a very early pop on the glyph there. Alliance, having seen that, will stick around. Nobody from Na'Vi back. The whole team in the base. No split push, no counterplay, just a head-on fight brewing. Will they get that Miracle Shackle? Will the Chrono be off the mark? Na'Vi praying for a Lotus Sphere.
General has a really tough time jumping.
And there's the Shackle. It's a long-range one. It's the catapult that works against Loda. Quickly drops the egg. Loda pops the CKB. They just beat it down. Then the follow-up Chrono. It's the right kind of Loda Sphere for Alliance. The one that might end Navi's hopes in game number 1. General, very low. He does Shadow Blade out. S4's been caught. The secondary Shackle work is magic, but they get onto Denny. He's been sent home by Archvile. The Duke, the Ice Path isn't enough. I think he makes it out of this one, Ben. They haven't gotten the racks. They end up being forced back just with the Dragon Knight death. It looked like a pretty good fight from Alliance there, but they just didn't have the finishing power.
Well, Denny took so long to kill that Dragon Knight. He has a ton of armor, and then he popped the cheese. He was on a very good 10 seconds throughout the fight, and a pretty decent Chrono from Faceless Void over there.
Just to at least negate his, but how long the Chen lives, that's a question to be determined. Na'Vi pushing out the lane, and they are going for the wraparound. They're smoked, and under cover of it, heading straight, beelining really towards Alliance. It's Loda in the trees. Do they get a good crush? He's the gem carrier. They jump Loda. Dendi's ready as well. The BKB coming through. Loda just melting. Dendi might kill him off the bat. He does end up getting off the Chrono on this General, and they will possibly lose Dendi. And Loda survives through it all. Just walks away. Cool guys don't look back at explosions, and Loda looks very cool right now. 4 drop. Na'Vi forced to throw on a buyback here on Dendi. How did they not kill Loda in that fight?
It's the Alliance Force staff. We saw it in the matchup versus Mineski, saving in the base defense. And again, Ake casting on Loda so that he can pop his BKB, time walk some of the damage off, and get that big Chronosphere to win them the team fight.
And the living legend coming back to life here in a critical moment. 23-20, they begin their siege. They're down 3 heroes on the side of Na'Vi, and De'Ira basically sacrificing his own life just to stall. It doesn't allow Dendi to get a crucial kill in S4. Alliance have abandoned their brother, and they will suicide the Timbersaw, so no gold, but now Dendi, he's out too far. That's a dieback on the Dendimon, and Alliance, this might just be it. They've got 100 seconds to go without the Wind Ranger. Exposed racks mid and bottom. Could easily be 2 lanes, possibly Megas. Maybe they even tried to throne it, or maybe they just run away. It might not be a Wind Ranger, but the rest of the Na'Vi squad is back. Abyssal complete on Bulldog. A fully 6-slotted Brood Mama. On to General, just a couple of pokes. The Spider spreads her legs, and the Bulldog Broodmother continues to rack up kills to have a huge impact in the late game. Doing it again here in game 1. Alliance close in the Swedes. They're almost there. They just need 1 or 2 more kills, or at least for Na'Vi not to come and defend. Dityara decides to. That may cost him. BKB's out. Dityara down. That's all 3 cores dead, and Alliance have all but sealed it. Na'Vi have nothing but underfarm supports to defend the base. Don't rotate the top. They want the Megas. Slow and steady. Alliance just outlasting Na'Vi in these critical engagements. Bit by bit, inch by inch, they zero in. A very futile egg comes out, marking where the Na'Vi base once stood. But the Hordes have reassembled, and they are looking for this final lane of Brax. No split push, no hope in sight. Alliance may lay down. Ranged is all that remains, and there's the GG. Alliance, they start to put the crown back on here in game 1. They're out to a 1-0 lead.
Man, if you look at Chen's net worth at the end of the game, he had 15,000, whereas he was maybe like 6,000 above the Slaughter. Just not enough farm on Slaughter, not enough farm on Dityara, and I must say, I favor Na'Vi a lot more when they have Dityara on a farming core, like Faceless Void or Lone Druid like we saw a little bit earlier, but no one was making plays on Na'Vi.
And they had 2 big playmaking heroes here. The Slardar, who was making them a bit in the mid game, but when he lost the gem, it felt like everything just dried up from there.
His blink was too slow.